Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name is Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we're talking about a brand new creator, Nika Diwa. Well, brand new to me, not to you guys. She has been a request on my channel for a very long time. It's hard to talk about TikTokers because they do short content. I like to do long form content, look at an interview or look at a Q&A and stuff. She doesn't have any of that stuff. But man, does she have some problematic videos. And also her husband has answered lots of questions on Reddit. So let's talk about Nika Diwa. So Nika Diwa, as far as I'm concerned, if you ask Grok, which I have. So Nika Diwa, popular TikTok family vlogger, has faced significant criticism for exploiting her young daughters, Zizi and Zuri, for content. Critics argue that she and her husband, Amika, overshare private moments, including sensitive topics like diaper changes, discussions about private parts, which many find inappropriate in violation of their children's privacy, which is, that's what I talk about here. Her content is often perceived as staged and performative, which, we're all going to watch here. It's insane how gross. It's not even a good actor. With allegations of coaching her children to act for the camera, for some sick jokes too, by the way, raising concerns about the psychological impact of them. Additionally, Nika's focus on her daughter's biracial identity has been accused of othering them, which is, I don't know what that means. And her overall approach, it seems, prioritizing views monetization over her children's well-being, drawing comparisons in other controversial family vloggers. Now, I've had a million requests to cover Nika Diwa. I understand why. Like, obviously, her and her husband are absolute child exploiters. They're very fake. They're very hated. Like, there's a bunch of creators that create rage bait and they live in this world more and more so than it used to be, like the family friendly, jokey, lighthearted content, which is still dangerous for kids, by the way. But there's been an uprising of people, especially family vloggers and people who exploit their children, creating rage bait, which is crazy. And they're also a bunch of clout breeders, which is a new term that's coming right now. People who clout breed, they breed babies for the internet to make money. And that's actually crazy if you think about it, but it is the reality that a lot of these kids live in and are born in. They are born because they are for clout. There are family vloggers out there, and now more than ever, people are having babies just because it makes them money. That is insane, and they do it, and it's been going on as long as people have been exploiting children on the internet and making money doing it. Clout breeding is something that needs to be studied. Nobody's talking about it, but it is a thing. If you're bringing a child into this world because you need content for your channel, that is absolutely the wrong reason to bring a human into this world. Okay, if you're adopting a child because you need more clout, that is absolutely the wrong reason to adopt. I think adoption agencies need to be mandated by law to put in place protections for kids who are being adopted. Like Della Vlogs, who bought a child and now uses that child in 90% of her content and exploits this child to no end. Crazy Pieces, Crazy Middles, Doherty Dozen, Not Enough Nelsons. All of these people have adopted children and brought them into their home just for content. That should be illegal. It should absolutely be illegal. If you're going to adopt a child, you should sign a paper that says, I will not use this child's likeness on the internet. It's never going to happen, but they don't care. Adoption agents don't care. Like this type of world, clout breeders have babies just for clout. They do it for social media content to get paid big bucks, because you get paid big bucks to be pregnant on the internet. And you get paid big bucks to exploit children on the internet too. And Nika Diwa comes in on that level. Before we get to what her husband has been accused of, we're going to just look at some of the most problematic videos that Nika Diwa has out there. And I just researched quickly and found like 5 or 6 of them. And I have not seen these. I've seen the one where she's changing the diaper, but I haven't seen any of these. I just brought them up and saved them in my Chrome here, just so we can watch them together. So let's take a look. This one's called Asking My Wife If She Could Ever Cheat on Me. Now this one I've seen, actually, I think in passing, people have sent it to me. And so let's have a look.
Could you ever cheat on me?
Absolutely. That's why I don't make dumb decisions like talking to guys one-on-one or hanging out in like compromising situations. Because I'm a human being, you're a human being, and I'm sorry, babe, I don't know if this is hard for you to hear, but everybody is absolutely...
And he's obviously fake crying. This is performative, and she's doing this because this is rage bait. Like, you have to understand when you're being rage baited, and people don't get it. Some people get it, and some people will fall for it, and some people will just like, they watch it because they know they're being rage baited. But he's sitting there going, and she's like, absolutely, I'll cheat on you. They just did this for rage bait.
Capable of infidelity in the right/wrong circumstances.
Oh.
That's why boundaries are so important. You're never going to see me in a situation, even if people think I might be too strict. I don't care, because I'm not taking that chance.
Amen.
I'm not putting myself in a position to even be close to a position to potentially fall to temptation. I'm going to keep it 100 because anyone is capable of cheating, but I'm
Keep it 100. 100. Now, Nika Diwa, that's the performative. They probably did that 15 times on camera before that. Him fake crying. Like, it's crazy. So, we should know less about each other. And I understand what she's trying to do here. But again, it's just, she's rage baiting people to just like comic, because this is her, she rage farms. This is how she makes her money, everybody. She makes her money being an asshole on the internet, being a villain, and faking everything and all that. And again, sometimes she'll come out and say something like, "Oh, I don't want people to call me out." She'll fake everything she does is fake. Every single thing this woman does is fake. She's been trying to be an influencer for what seems like years and years and years and years. It's always weird because whenever you see someone who's actually made it in this industry, you can go back and look at how many times they tried to do it. And it's just, they waited until something hit, right? Even here. Like, I did a channel called Fat Guy Beast Mode. I wanted to be like, I worked out like 12 weeks with an elite bodybuilder. Like, this will be awesome. Didn't work for me. I did a podcast with a bunch of dads, sort of worked. And then I went over to YouTube. And what worked for me was talking about child exploitation. And it has a purpose and it's good. But that's exactly how it is. I will admit to you, I've been on the stage in front of people for nigh on 20 years now. I've been on stage singing music. I've been in a band for 10 years that toured extensively. So what I'm telling you is that it's not necessarily a bad thing, but what these people are, they will try anything. And then when it lands on, when it lands on the exploitation of children and that's all you can do, that's wrong. You got to find something else is what I'm telling you. Anyway, so here's another video here. She does a lot of this content where she claims she's overwhelmed and she sets up a camera to be overwhelmed. And it's fake. I say this, let's put a tariff on people who set up a camera and cry on Instagram or on the internet. Stop setting up cameras to just cry. Now, in the course of what you're doing, there might be a tear or two. I can understand that stuff. But people like this, when they set up a camera to cry, it enrages me like nothing enrages me. Okay, it's just the fakest shit you could put on the internet. And it needs to stop. It's so performative and disgusting. And I mean, this is just one of those things in the world where just like, oh, it just gives me no hope for humanity. This type of thing. So watch this. When you feel like an S-mom because sometimes you have to hide in the pantry where your kids are screaming.
Nuri.
You're a huge piece of shit for doing this video. Now, I know she's trying to be like, look, it's okay, moms, to take time for yourself when your children are screaming. And I'm going to say, sure. But do you have to film it? Do you have to use your child in a moment of distress to then go in there, set up a tripod, press record? You had all that time to sit there, eat sour candies, and look, and then while your child is actually screaming, it's like you set this content up. It's like you set your child off before you went to do this because you knew it was going to get you some hate comments. You knew it was going to be, she's rage farming again, but using her child to rage farm. That kid is actually in distress. This mom doesn't give a shit about any of it. And instead will film her child doing this and her eating candy. This is giving Ruby Frankie, by the way. When Ruby needed to take her child to the hospital, but instead had a shower, had sat in a bathtub, and was like, I'm just taking some me time before, like, her kid had to go to the fucking hospital. And she's like, no, it's okay, moms. This is the way the world works on the internet right now, especially with the mommy influencers. Like, it's okay to be a shit mom sometimes, everybody. And all the moms in the comments are like, yes, queen, slay, shit moms unite. No, it's not okay to be a shit mom. You chose this life, okay? You have to take what comes with it. It's not okay to ever be a shit mom. Do you understand me? Or a shit dad. It's never okay. It's never okay to be like, put yourself first in every scenario. No, it's not okay. When you have a child that is a dependent, especially a baby, you're never going to put yourself first anymore. And I know the internet wants me to say, it's okay, slay queen, to put yourself first at all times. No, it's not okay. That child is dependent on you. You chose this life. You exploit this child. They give you pay. Okay, first of all, they're working. It's never okay to put yourself above your children. I know a lot of people can be upset with me for saying it. I mean, it's okay to take some time for yourself, but when your child is in distress, it's never going to be okay to take time out of that and be like, okay, it's me time now while my kid screams and I film it with a tripod. It's never going to be okay. Okay, we need to stop normalizing that behavior where they're trying to normalize being a shit mom and be like, it's okay, don't feel guilty. No. If your child is screaming at the top of their lungs for their mother and they need you, and instead you go eat candy in a pantry, you're wrong. You're wrong for doing it. And she's faking it too. She set it up so her kid would scream and she filmed it. And this is on her page and she's proud to keep it up. It's weird the things she does delete. See, and this is TikTok in a nutshell. If they're fed, changed, and clean and safe, they're okay. It's a little time for yourself. It's not that big of a deal. Not when your child is in distress. Maybe they're not fed, changed, or clean, and that's why they're screaming. It's like so many people want to be bad moms on the internet for some reason, and they celebrate each other in their tribes. That's such a weird thing to me. I'm doing influencer hands. That's how mad I am. Look at this stupid comment. Sour candy is great to reset your nervous system. Great job, mama. Yeah, great job. I hate the people on the internet. This person claims to be a doctor. And look, so many people are like, if they're not bleeding, they're good to go. Like, this is what perpetuates on the internet. That's why it's so toxic. Girl, put some headphones on and ignore it. No, I'll never agree with this. Never in a million years will I ever agree with this. Okay, and then she does performative videos like this. Every time the school number pops up and I get a hi, this is the school nurse calling. Yeah, because, you know, it's you time, right? So F everybody else, because it's you time. I'm getting my hair did. How dare my child get sick at school? How dare? And you know what I mean? This is the tribe that she is curated for herself. This is what she's done. She's like, hey, it's okay to be shit, everybody. It's okay to be selfish. Can I be like, maybe I'm countercultural here. It's not okay to be selfish, especially if you're a parent. It's not. It's never going to be. The best kids are raised in loving homes with selfless parents. No family vlogger out there is selfless. None of them. By nature, by definition, when you exploit children, you cannot be selfless. It's all selfishness, all of it. And we're out here putting toxic shit in the internet into the ether. And we're like, it's okay to be shitty sometimes. You're shitty. Do you get that? Do you not, like, does that not bother you that you're a piece of shit? It's so weird to me that people celebrate being pieces of shit. Here's another one that people got upset with, was vlogging when I caught a moment of what overstimulation looks like. This is the performative side of Nika Diwa. Okay, she's like, was just vlogging and I caught this moment. It's totally genuine. It's genuine moments. This is what people don't like. They don't like fakery. And every family vlogger and every child exploiter and every influencer in general is fake. It's fake AF. All of it is fake. And we're starting to catch on, which is great. And people who set up cameras to cry and shit, that's why you see them getting roasted in comments. It's like the pendulum is swinging back, and I love it. She's like half laughing too. Like, you're the worst actor. You wouldn't even be hired for a Nickelodeon show. She's like half laughing, right? I'm not stupid. Tyson, zoom in her face. Oh, look at the camera. I made sure to look at the camera. Oh yeah, I was filming. I was filming this. I forgot I was filming me cleaning up this little pile of toys that I'm the one who put on the ground with that little Lego. Why is there one single piece of Lego and no others? Any parent that has Lego kids knows there's not just one effing piece of Lego on the ground, okay? F off, liar. And then she writes, didn't want to post because I felt embarrassed, but figured someone needs to raising awareness. I'm gonna make a shirt that says raising awareness to assholes. That's what we're doing. We're raising awareness over here in the Dad John's book to assholes like this. Raising awareness. F off with raising awareness. Raising awareness. I'm gonna raise awareness. Everyone's being super rude, but this is what overstim. No, it's not. Whatever. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is what performative bullshit looks like. You are alone in this, someone writes. 12,000 likes. Someone's like, no, it's not. I'm like this. Well, then you need to get better. The staging is always hilarious. See there, you got to set up a tripod. It's whenever you see an influencer, guys, I need you to know this. Whenever you see an influencer like day in my life and they wake up and turn a lamp on and they're like, They had to set a tripod up first, press record, and get back into bed. Like, I see it because I have cameras and I understand how filming works. If people could see it, you would be like, you wouldn't believe anything you saw on the internet. It's so fake. Was vlogging means she already had the tripod up. And the person's like, okay. Girl, you're really PMO. I don't know what that means. You set a tripod up for this? And someone's gonna be like, they were already vlogging. The white knighters for family vloggers are blow my mind. Does this piss me off? PMO mean piss me off? Anyway, she has a tribe, which is why she's famous, right? She gets that because people people are shit. And they're like, oh, there's another shit. Let's be shit together. Shit together t-shirt. That'd be a nice one. All right, here's another one where people claim a lot of racism with Nika Diwa, where she, I guess othering means that, I guess she uses others for her own, I don't know, for her own, like, hey, look, my husband's black, so now I get to claim racism. I don't know what it means. But that's what it basically says. Look, I married a black guy, and so now I know everything there is to know about being, racism and everything else. But in the end, I don't think she realizes that she's probably shouldn't be saying half the shit she's saying. Okay? My black husband was racially profiled at the most famous grocery store in Texas.
It never been so disrespectful. And to be disrespected by that, and the manager just be like, cool.
I'm shaking right now because
I'm shaking. My husband. No, and wait, what are you shaking about? Spoiler alert, because they're gonna get to it. But basically, she's shaking because her husband asked for ID when he went to pick up groceries. That's racial profiling.
My black husband was.
Oh, yeah, make sure it says black husband.
Pretty sure just racially profiled at a grocery store. I'm not gonna.
It's giving Our Life, where she went to the grocery store and the kids almost got kidnapped by a guy, and she took a picture of the guy behind her who was like, hello. Remember the lady that said her kids were almost kidnapped at Michael's? How good that went? She went to prison, I'm pretty sure. Or something. She got charged. Like, these people can get in front of a camera, and everything they do is performative, so you can't believe anything they say anyway. It doesn't matter. This is probably one that she deleted. But you can't believe anything they say because everything is a lie. So when they say something like this could really damage a reputation of a business if someone found it, right? And if it's not true, it's not true, and it could get someone fired. Like, people don't ever believe an influencer. Okay, that's a shirt. Don't believe influencers.
The name and the location, as tempting as that is, because there is a larger issue at hand. Oh my god.
Oh, she doesn't want to give away who it was because there's a larger issue. What's the larger issue? No. If he was racially profiled, speak it from the rooftops. You have the right to. And if it was true, then yeah, they should be held accountable. But why does she want to give it away? Eh? Because she doesn't want to be sued for lying. That's why.
He was doing grocery pickup, and the lady bringing out the groceries begins to load the car. My husband then comes out of the car because he got a notification that they were not able to get all the groceries on the list, and so he starts checking the groceries. At which point, this lady says in a really aggressive tone, "Sir, no, I'm gonna need to see ID."
This is why I don't believe this. Because wait till the groceries are put in your car then check your groceries. Then if something's wrong, walk into Walmart and get it figured out. So I don't believe it already. It sounds like he aggressively approached this person and was like, what's going on? I'm missing some stuff, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget, every influencer you know, that they're not like they are on camera. They're always a bunch of dickholes.
He's just like, okay, ma'am, yeah, I'm gonna go get my ID in a little bit. And she goes, no.
Don't touch it.
Don't.
Okay. She asked for ID, and you're like, okay, I will in a second, but let me just, no. Before you touch these groceries, I don't know who you are. Let me see your ID, and then you can do whatever you want. Well, no, and, that's racism. No, that's probably the policy. If you have a problem with the policy, take it up with the people, not the person. Probably lots of things have happened, and they're like trying to be cautious. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If you have ID, get her the ID, figure it out. No. You'd rather claim racism. No, here's my victim card. Boom. You take victim points here? Victim points. Take the card.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. He waves over a manager that he sees. The manager comes by. Well, the lady who treated him this way is cursing and really demonstrative.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure these vloggers who film everything just didn't film this part. Interesting, eh? They film literally every part of their lives. All these... Oh, you caught me saving my daughter's life, just choking on this. Oh, you caught me in a moment where I was all frustrated. But they don't film that part? Yeah. I don't believe it.
Is walking by my husband in front of this manager, laughing at him, pointing at him and leering at him, and even goes to talk to somebody else and points at my husband and starts laughing at him.
Maybe he said something funny. Maybe he was being silly. Maybe, hey, I asked for his ID and he was getting aggressive with me. Because, it's one side of the story. You don't get to hear the other side, right? Because she doesn't call out who it is. She doesn't want that person coming forward and be like, here's the actual truth. When the actual truth would come out and it would make them look bad. That's why she doesn't call them out by name, right? Again, she could be sued for defamation for doing this. And this is all from her husband who said this to her. She's saying it secondhand, by the way. Why doesn't he just say it? Right? She's making it sound like because she's better at telling stories, I guess. Right? And so she says all this stuff, and it's like she's so dead sure. But don't forget, these people lie for a living. Right? You can't leave that out. Nika Diwa and her husband lie for a living. Every piece of their content is fake. That's lying. Okay? It's all lying. So why would you believe people who lie for a living?
My husband points this out to the manager and he does nothing about it.
She's laughing. Okay. Are we not allowed to laugh? Yeah? You want me to fire her for laughing? Will do. I'll get right on that, sir.
I'm not black.
Are you hearing yourself?
I'm not going to pretend to be black, but I'm a mom who has kids who are half black. And this kind of racial profiling at a high corporate level, you guys, in 2023 blows my freaking mind.
You make it sound like he was hit with a bat or something. Or like pantsed him in the parking lot. What'd they do? They just asked him for ID. That's racial profiling? Are you out of your mind?
It's so supremely frustrating. It's the stigma of the angry black man. Not all.
You're probably being angry, which is again why they didn't call it the store. And I hope that the store like banned them from there because it's a stigma of the angry black. Were you out there upset that your groceries weren't in there? And they say, oh, I need ID. And then you're like, no, I'm going to look first. Were you causing a scene? This person just works probably for minimum wage. Let them do their job. Why are you making it harder on them? Why are you being a Karen in the parking lot? And again, if the other person got to tell their story, I think we'd likely hear the other side and then we'd be able to kind of come in the middle and find a way, right? But asking you for ID is not racial profiling. You're taking groceries and you're trying to go through bags. They don't know who you are. That's fair, I think, if you're just going to pick up groceries at a grocery store. Why don't you wait till they were loaded?
If an injustice happens.
And again, you're missing so much context. They're leaving stuff out on purpose. And the reason they didn't tell you who the store was is because they know that they're going to get in trouble and the real truth will come out.
I'm allowed to be frustrated and not even have an apology. Not even the slightest apology. Not even.
That's because you were probably being rude. And again, they're liars. So if you know this situation, you work at that grocery store, reach out to me. I'd love to hear your side of the story. On a list of things that didn't happen, and again, they're perpetuating this narrative, this garbage narrative. This sucks. I'm a white woman. My Hispanic fiance walked into his bank and they literally asked him what the money was for. Yeah, my bank does that too, and I'm white. If you're asking for a lot of money, the bank's allowed to ask you what it's for. It's actually policy of some banks. But people will take that as racism. And they're like, you're right, racism abounds. Why are you protecting the store? Good question. The most famous store in Texas is probably H-E-B. That's my first thought. So still, why is she protecting them? She just had to say Texas. Rolling eyes. What is the name of the store? My anger could not. I'm a same energy girl, eh? See, this is your tribe. When your tribe are dumbasses, then I guess it makes sense. And then this one, a doctor, I guess, called her out for this. So looking for a mama who won't judge me for being prego and enjoying a glass every once in a while. Now, to kids who grew up with alcoholic parents, go f*** yourself. Okay, from all of us to you. Don't drink while you're pregnant. You think doctors are stupid? You think they're just doing it for shits and giggles and trying to ruin your fun? Right? You think you don't think there's been studies? You know what fetal alcohol syndrome is? Why not just protect your kids and just abstain until you're done? Hey, no, you can't? Yeah, you need to drink. You absolutely have to drink. That's when you have a problem. Right? When you're pregnant, the doctor says don't drink, but you're like, look, I'm looking for moms who are cool with smoking weed and drinking. Is that cool? And then there's going to be moms in this comment who are going to be like, yeah, girl, slay, drink wine while pregnant. Yeah. Brazilian Jenkins over here smoking weed while she's pregnant. Do you want your babies to grow up sick? Like, are you trying to hurt them before they come to the world? What's wrong with you? Not a protective bone in these people's bodies. And you know how we know that? Because when the baby's born, they exploit them. They mean nothing to these people. They're content. Anyway, watch this. Slay queen.
Yes, it is true that pregnant individuals get judged for just about anything in pregnancy that you could possibly think of. But
I think she meant to say pregnant women.
There is one thing that's for certain, and that is that there is no known safe amount of alcohol to consume in pregnancy. Nor is there a safe time in pregnancy to consume alcohol. Alcohol in pregnancy is a known toxin and teratogen. That's for certain. Mm-hmm. And the reason why we make such a big deal of this as obstetricians is that drinking alcohol in pregnancy is not necessary. It is a choice. Mm-hmm. So for anyone who might be watching this video and is thinking that having a glass of wine or two at some point in pregnancy might be okay just because some influencer with a lot of followers is doing it.
Yep.
Think twice before you do that because, again, they're just influencers. They're not medical professionals.
And they're dumbasses. Don't drink while pregnant. Don't do it. Don't smoke weed while pregnant either. Don't smoke drugs. Don't smoke cigarettes. Take your prenatal vitamins and eat healthy and eat donuts too. Get good. Get the glow on. Don't drink. Don't do substances. What's the point? What do you need that for? Thank you from someone with FASD. I blame Emily Oster. I don't know who that is. Or the people who aren't pregnant and try to tell you it's okay. Not a big deal to just have one. Like no means no. Literally, no one needs alcohol. This is true. But just comments could be like, well, I would now. If she can't give up wine for 39 weeks, does that make her an alcoholic? Yes. Yes, it does. Genuine question. I drink frequently, so what do I do if I become pregnant? Because the whole first month would be drenched in alcohol. Then have protected sex, I guess? I don't know. Would I automatically have to terminate because the fetus would probably be so, what the hell, man? You drink that much? Again, I think Nika deleted that video, obviously, because the rage bait went a little too far, I guess. And again, another performative crying video. So whenever someone is crying on the internet and they look like they're inconsolable and everything else, do you ever ask yourself, like, but there's a camera on. That's convenient that you turn the camera on for this. Does that not bother you? Does it not, like, sit wrong with you? Not like, didn't fake people not bother you? They bother me. Here's a video that pissed a lot of people off before we get to the actual super crazy one that drew my attention, Nika Diwa, a long time ago, is using your children in performative sex jokes. Okay? Watch this and then we'll talk about it.
Mommy, were you wrestling with Guy last night?
Why do you say that?
I heard you say pin me down.
Well, we were wrestling for fun.
Who won?
I won first and then your dad won after.
Oh.
Okay, so two things about this video. One is that this audio was recorded separately from the video. Okay, that's not the daughter off camera saying that. They coached this daughter to say this joke and they recorded the audio and then her saying that to her. So they've done it a bunch of times and then her just pretending to wipe with a sponge. That's an overdub. Just so you're aware. This isn't happening naturally. Okay, it's a joke, obviously, haha, funny. A child that doesn't know what pin me down means. Like, again, using your child to joke about this kind of stuff, do you have to? Why? Like, again, Nika Diwa rage farms for a living. She puts her old son hat on, she gets out there with her hoe, because she's a hoe, and she farms the rage, because she knows it gets her views and money. Right? But it gets her a lot of hate, and there's a lot of people waking up to Nika Diwa right now, and that's good. And she's really scared of it, actually. So that's gross to do that type of joke. And the thing is that you had to coach your child to do this. And again, all the white knighters are like, you go, girl, wrestlers. I mean, maybe it was a overdub of a different audio. Maybe that's why. Maybe it wasn't her kid doing it. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but still gross. Don't do that. Okay, and then this is the big one that brought Nika Diwa to my attention, and this is talking to my child about boundaries and private parts. Now, there is nothing wrong with this inherently as a parent. Okay, and I think I commented on her Instagram before she blocked me. Way back in the day when she posted this. But basically, yeah, you should talk to your child about bodily autonomy, about consent, about people who touch them, and like knowing that. We didn't as kids in 80s and 90s, and we should have, okay? Maybe some parents did, but wasn't very talked about. And it would have avoided a lot of problems and caught a lot of predators, by the way. But you should have these conversations with your children. What you shouldn't do is set up a tripod while you're changing your child's ass and film it for the internet. That's what you shouldn't do. Because again, it's performative at this point. You're using your child for something so inappropriate for the internet. I mean, if you want to sit down and say, here's the way I talk to my kid about this, and you just say it to people, that's fine. You have a big platform. It'll be just as effective. You don't need to use your child while her legs are literally over her head changing her ass. You don't need to do that. Nika Diwa is disgusting for this. Sounds like she deleted it. Yeah. See, it's weird the ones that she deletes and the ones she keeps, because like, are you not proud of all your content, right? When you see an influencer who rage baits for a living delete something, that means holy shit, they went way too far. Even they know it. And she had to delete so many things. How does she still have sponsors? It's hard to find. Looks like she spent some considerable resources trying to get this off the internet. Okay, here it is.
Private part. So only mama's allowed to change it?
My uncle do it?
No uncles change diaper.
Can my dad do it?
Your dad can do it. Yeah.
Can my mom do it?
I can, yes. No boys are allowed except daddy. If someone needs your diaper, say,
You have to ask.
oh, I have to ask.
Yeah. It's my body.
Okay, may I change your diaper, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So, I mean, a lot of people, Best Mother posted this, asked about her uncle, red flag, but this whole video is strange. Again, there's nothing inherently wrong with this conversation with your child. I'm not against that. I'm against posting it for the internet to see and strangers and weirdos. And they know that. Inherently, putting your child on the internet in this type of situation is dangerous. Okay? It's just, you should never do it. You're feeding your kid up to pedos on a silver platter every single time. So again, you go down the Nika Diwa thing, and then this happens. Somebody says, is this true? Someone posted this comment, explain why your husband was arrested. Let's talk about child neglect charges for short. So this came up and it was a big deal. Her husband's arrested for child neglect charges, apparently, allegedly. And her husband was replying in these comments, by the way. And it's from the Boston Herald, and this is what it says here. Police say Amika Joseph Hegdebugbo of Boston was arrested Saturday on child abandonment charge after allegedly leaving his kid alone at night. According to police, officers were called to Mount Vernon Street after reports of loud music. After searching the house, police say they found a child asleep and alone in the house. A disgusting creep. In the irate suspect was look at irate. So this guy, he's irate. According to the police, being arrested for leaving his child. He's mad about that they caught him doing that. But he's at the grocery store just being all innocent, right? Yeah. The irate suspect was arrested after reportedly arriving under the influence of alcohol to Massachusetts General Hospital, where the child was being transported for treatment, according to police report. Imagine marrying a man with a past like that, let alone having kids with him, and then celebrating him on social media like he's something special. Wow, I'm shocked. To portray himself as this amazing family man, and in reality, this is who he is. Almost every single time, guys, you're going to find people that have family vlogs out there are going to have some kind of weird, crazy. Look at freaking Kay and Tay. He was arrested for domestic violence against Tay, or against Kay. Tay was. And like people were like, what? Didn't know. And they come across as the sweetest and like cringy sweet. Like, we love each other, boop. But he was literally arrested for domestic violence. Okay? They don't ever want you to see the past. But this type of stuff exists. And this guy's parents of kids. He was arrested for child endangerment and abandonment, right? And like, that's no problem. No problem. Nobody seems to care. Share this as a post. It is true. There's the Boston Herald article. I guess we can read it. See, the irate was Nicole Ardenning of Woburn was arrested Friday at 4:30 for larceny after allegedly snatching. Okay, so that was just that's the only thing it is, according. So there are just a bunch of police reports happening at the Boston Herald. Okay. So there's not much more to say after that. So, it's crazy how they managed to portray him as a perfect husband, father who could do no wrong. Also, the caption in the screen cap is crazy. Like, who talks about the children like that? I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but I feel like the statement is a bit extreme. It's another mom trend to go around to see if reinforces the fact that she's unoriginal, has nothing else to offer except for rage baiting. I'm intrigued. I can understand that everyone has a past. We've all made mistakes, blah, blah, blah. However, in the hell do you explain this? I'd love to know how. Again, there's no other follow-up. He doesn't come out and say it. Maybe he does in this. I think he comments in this post. This is my comment. I mean, you know what? She's either filtered or deleted replies because I was responding to others about where to find the child. And of course she deletes. She doesn't want that on her page. It's a rage baiter that doesn't want the in truth to come out, right? Like, very carefully curated hate shit that she puts on her page. But this is a bridge too far. She doesn't want this attention. She wants the hate, but she doesn't want this kind of hate. Okay. So here's her husband's replies. I'm genuinely curious. He's replying in the comments. Sounds like he's so I don't see any comments, his replies in this section, but he does because this is his name on Reddit. So he obviously goes on her subreddit and comments. He's got negative 35 karma. But he says it's him. He says that's what he is. So this is what he says about it. I guess is the first kind of thing he says. I'm happy to engage and answer all. I think it might be in this post here. It is. Look through all the comments and he has made today and truly sounds like the way he articulates himself from the videos is all proof that I need. Can you share his account? And he says, yes, it is me, not my wife. She can't do this stuff. She gets very extreme anxiety if she feels she's under attack, but she creates rage bait for a living. So you're going to create content that gets people to hate you and yet you have anxiety about people to hate you. That seems really, really weird that you would do that. Such liars. They lie about everything. I do my best to protect her heart. Off. You're on the internet. So if you have any questions, I'm all ears. I'll do my best to chat with you all. I really don't think we particularly are at odds here. I honestly think we're all just share different perspectives. I'm happy to listen. Do you think you're protecting your children or exploiting them? He answers some questions here, blah, blah, blah. I want to know about this article about him endangering his child. He lies here. He says, this is an important, valuable point you're making here. First of all, let's be clear. We gain nothing financially from posting our kids. That's a bullshit lie. That is an absolute bullshit lie, because she gets financially paid for being social media, and her kids are in her social media. So F off. Some of her most viral videos are her kids. Anything we make from social media is for mom and I. That's a lie. You're stupid, dude. Sorry. And he says he's agreeing to come debate me on this, and I'm happy to have him on the show. But I'm going to tell you here, Mex, whatever your name is, that's a bullshit lie. So I hope you have a better lie when you come on and debate me about this. But still, it's an important consideration, actually one that my wife and I agree with somewhat. She and I sat down 2 months ago, and this was 2 months ago, so 4 months ago from that point, decided we would phase down our younger kids from social media. They will still cameo and pop in here and there. So you'll still put them in cameos, which I'm not sure if I'm reading that correctly, like the paid service to get people to get videos from you, and pop in here and there, but no longer in the eye as a feature. But, so you're saying they are a feature is what he's admitting to right now. So you are making money from your kids. Like, come on, dude, read what you wrote. Do your homework. Show you work. My wife and I are learning as we go, and we'll strive to be our best selves. No, you're not. You rage bait for a living. I welcome your engagement and advice on this if it remains constructive without hyperbolic attacks. Your ideas are welcome, and downvote that shit. Financial gain or none, it's still exploitation. But it is financial gain, so don't listen to him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm Dad Challenge Podcast. I invite you on my show to talk about child exploitation and your stance on it. I'm all ears when we open to a dad-to-dad convo debate with zero snark. Let's do it. And I literally didn't see that he put that comment 2 months ago, and I responded. I said, yes, I'm absolutely ready to do this. But he writes this. He's like, I'm happy to engage and answer all your questions, but first, any and all questions need to be fair and factual. Child endangerer is factually incorrect. Well, you were arrested for it. So I don't think it's factually incorrect to say that. That's literally what you were arrested for. You were not there while your child was left at home. I would consider that child endangerment. I think anybody with the brain in their head would consider that child endangerment. So I don't care what you think it is. What it really is what it is. Let's call a spade, shall we? It's extremely inflammatory. You were arrested for it. And defamatory. You were arrested for it. I went to court and presented the facts, and the court threw out the allegations because the police lied. You were arrested for it. Show us the court documents. This is why you'll find no actual evidence contrary to what I've told you. Now, please recognize that my wife and I are quite human. We're not proud of everything we've done or posted. There's no handbook and explains how to go about this life. Get off the internet. That's one way to start. We wake up, we do our best. No, you don't. You rage bait for a living. You're a literal rage farmers for a living. You know it, and you know it does it. You know what the algorithm does. You know when you put out stupid shit, it's going to get hit by people, and it's going to get hated on. And you do it on purpose. That's rage farming. You're not doing your best. You're doing your worst. That's why I'm engaging on here. My goal is not to win you over on my side. I have God on my side. Not religion, but a real relationship. No, you don't. Are you claiming that you're Christians? Are you serious right now? Good. I hope you come on my show, buddy. Because I hope you maybe don't know this about me. I'm an ex-pastor. I went to school, went to Bible college. I was in ministry for 10 years. Do you want to talk about the role of religion and God and Christ faith inside what you do? I'm happy to. You're going to be outside of your depth, though. I just want to let you know that I've yet to hear a salient argument, not one, that comes close to justifying child exploitation on the internet. Not one. So I'll let you have time so you can think about it. So the interest of growth and accountability, I endeavor to talk and learn, blah, blah, blah. But that said, if this devolves to name calling and attack, and he's just like setting it up, you'd be like, okay, well, if you call me a jerk, then we can't talk. Okay? I promise when you come on my show, I will not do any ad hominem attacks. None. I won't call you out. I will, however, ask you hard questions, and I hope you don't see them as attacks, because a lot of these people on the internet are like, hey, man, haters gonna hate. I won't, no, zero snark. We'll have a logical debate about child exploitation. Anyone here is without sin, throw the first stone. My stuff is out in the open for the world to see. Yeah, and your kids are too. Doesn't seem to bother you. Could you do the same if every single thing in your life was accessible? Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he goes on to say it, but I don't really see. He's like, oh, everything was dropped, but you were literally arrested for child endangerment. There's got to be a reason that happened. I'd like to see the police report. If anybody has that, I'd like to take a look at it myself. And yourself, Idris, I think your name, what's her name? I don't even know her husband's name, but basically, I'm happy to have you on. Amika Joseph Higdebo. Happy to have you on, buddy. And I'm not even joking. And so there we go. There's Nika Diwa. First foray into Nika Diwa. Already shit ton of garbage to go through. And they're talking about not showing their kids anymore. And that's absolutely a bullshit lie. They always say this. So many people say, like, when they get the heat put on them, they're like, okay, we're going to stop doing it. And then they never do. They just don't. It's kind of gross. Like, they see it, they make the claim, which means that they are recognizing that it's wrong, and then they go back on it. So they show you, yeah, you're right, I should exploit children, and then they go ahead and do it anyway. You can't make it up. Man, these people are dumb. Everybody, take a deep breath with me. And there's a sickness going around. Everybody is sick. I hope you're not sick, though. I hope you're doing well. And if you know anything about Nika Diwa and you want to come out and reach out to me, I'm happy to hear anything. This is crazy that these people get to be famous. It's mind-blowing. We make the stupidest people famous. And I've yet to see one family vlogger out there that's like, you know what, they're okay. It doesn't exist. And it speaks volumes about this industry. It doesn't exist. Never has. I don't think it ever will. All of these people are gross. When you create rage bait and content like that, it gets people to hate you and you put your kids in the center of it. Do you not know the dangers? Are you serious? Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.